So today is sagittal based. We're going to design a program. Now, 3 planes of motion, what do we have? Good. Imagine you're in a clock. You got 12 o'clock in front of you, 6 behind you. Anytime a joint hits that, it's a sagittal based exercise. To the right, 3, to the left, 9. Anytime a joint hits that, frontal plane. Any other time on the clock, transverse. So we got to look at the action concentrically. So the 9 checkpoints that we have. Ankle. What plane of motion is this? Good. Sagittal. Good. So plantar, dorsal, that's sagittal. At the knee, extension, sagittal, flexion, sagittal. At the hip, the clock has just moved now. That's 12, that's 6. What's that called? Extension, sagittal, flexion. Now when we look to the body, the torso, flexion, extension. Don't confuse extension with hyperextension. So here to here is extension, that's hyperextension. A common flaw you'll see when people deadlift or even kettlebell is when they come up, they'll here hyperextend. So that's where you want to use your glutes to posterior tilt, squeeze. So we have thoracic extension, thoracic flexion, cervical flexion, cervical extension, hyperextension. At the shoulder, we go forward. What is that? Flexion, extension. Look why this is such a terrible exercise, because when we do extension, and if I go out of frame, you want to just help us out? If I go into extension to 90 degrees, that's too far for the humeral joint. So we have about 60 to 70 degrees of extension. That's max. So when you do a bench dip, this is a terrible exercise because you're going as far as you can and you're allowing for the head of the humerus to come off. We're familiar with this term with squatting. What is this called? Valgus. Don't freak out, scare your clients. You got valgus. No need for it. Here's a crazy fix. Push your knees out. You fixed it. No need to scare them thinking they're a leper. We see that a lot. Like you have knee valgus, you have upper cross syndrome, you have these syndromes. I don't like having a syndrome. Oh, that's crazy, you had lower cross syndrome, are you okay? No, don't freak people out. So if they have something that is not optimal, just cue them into the right direction. For the upper body, a common flaw with movement is going to be in front side of the body. What's that called? Anterior. This joint is called the glenohumeral joint. So you have an anterior glenohumeral glide. When I do a row really close to the body, it packs itself and then it comes forward. You see that with push-ups, too close. We come down and then you'll get this little dip. That's the movement I don't like. So if I were to see that, you just go a little wider, tuck down, centrate, and come back. And then it's a lot nicer. I want to see a V, not a T. So we'll go with the planes of motion. You will never, ever, 100%, ever train a client through planes of motion. This is just to help you with what these terms mean. So we're going to try to make it fun based on the programming. So when we look at the patterns, hinge squat and unilateral, upper body or lower body? Lower body, pretty simple. Here, push, pull, upper body. Now, most of our clients, you train regularly, right? How many times do they train a week?
Like an average of 2, I would say.
And how do you typically program for them?
Like how long?
Full body, splits, isolation?
Depends on the person, but 2 times would probably be full body.
For the most part, your clients that are training 1, 2, 3 times, you can even stretch into 4, full body. You make the emphasis based on what they want. I stereotype. When you come in, I'm going to stereotype that he wants to get jacked, and he wants nice abs, and he wants bigger arms. What do you say?
Yes.
So, are there going to be guys that want different stuff? Sure. We're smart enough to implement in the program. I've had guys come in and say, I want a big ass. I say, cool. So I'm just going to focus on this now. Lower body emphasis. So when we have our programming, this just simplifies it. You have the main core lift, second core lift, if it's applicable, and then the B's are what we call accessory. There's no rhyme or reason. You're not going to find that in a textbook. It just helps with your programming. B is make it fun. Get creative on Instagram if you want to get a lot of likes. That's where the B's can come in. Because for the most part, when we train, I would bet you and I train similarly when we go to the gym. You too, because you're a bra. Or you go to the gym, you do a set, and we rest and don't do shit. And we're okay with it. We're on our phone, taking selfies, doing whatever. We rest 2 to 3 minutes. But your clients are paying you high dollar. So for them just to sit there for 2 to 3 minutes, they're going to see it as you're wasting my time and my money. So you have to play the game. You have fun. So you have a guy who typically, girls, what do guys typically want to train? Chest? Arms? Biceps? Guys, what do girls typically want to train? Glutes. I saw at the end of your workout today, you were doing like a Superman variation, isometric, getting your clients' glutes firing. Is one of her goals to grow her glutes? Yeah. So at the end of your workout, great Instagram worthy. Did you record it and put it on Instagram? Damn it, D, what are we doing? Huh? Now, opportunity right there. Be professional about it. Don't just zoom in on her butt. Ask permission, make sure it's appropriate. But your clients could be thinking, I got a girl on my Instagram right now, she's thinking, I want a nice ass. And she's just sitting there doing nothing. And then she sees D pop up, training his client. That could be her motivation. And now she reaches out and says, oh my God, I live in LA. Come in for a complimentary workout. What's tomorrow look like? Take charge of it. Tomorrow I have 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And then you take them through the workout and you sign them up. So you take the goal. So we want to train a guy or a girl today. First one to say that's what we're doing. Okay, so we're doing a guy-specific workout. So the 1, the 2, and the 3 are going to be a specific push-pull transitional pattern. All right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to make this kind of unique for us. I'm going to start out with the most explosive one, which is transitional. Transitional will be like a jump. Transitional will be like a farmer's carry. It could be any type of explosive exercise. So we're going to start out with a jump. How many jumps do we want to do? 6 to 10, like it. 6 to 10. We don't want to do much more than that. And you guys want to see why? All right, I told you, we're going to get you on film. We're going to come over here and we're going to look at, are your knees jacked up? You're fine. No, you don't need a warm up. Get over there, get over there. So what we're going to do, we got B right here. Actually, I'm going to get a better view. All right, so I want you to, we're going to jump, what's a good number? I'm going to say 30. I want you to jump 30 times. Yep, here, touch. By ladder, see if you can smack the wood each time. So watch what's going to happen. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep going. 10, 11, keep going, come on, come on. 12, 13, keep going, come on, keep going, keep going. 14, 15, go, 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 go. 16, 17, come on. 18, 19, one more. Okay, good. So that was a great example because he plays basketball. It's very specific to his sport. But what did you notice when he started getting closer to the end?
It was really hard.
He missed it a couple times, so his power is going out. Fatigue is going higher. Form wasn't as good. We don't think about it. He wasn't thinking last couple reps, oh, have good form. We just want to get it done. Now, what you would see from people who don't have SED, what's SED? There you go. So he's trained how many hours? 10, 15 hours you play basketball? Yeah. Thousands of hours, thousands of hours. He played basketball collegiately. Yeah, whole life. So specific adaptation imposed on him, he's the outlier, and he was able to hit that 20. For the average person, we've done this in class today, but not today, we've done before, they'll get like 6 or 7 and won't even come close to the wood anymore. So that's the difference between type 1 and type 2 recruitment. So when you do more than 10, for the most part, you're not going to be doing anaerobic recruitment. It's going to be aerobic. So Never, never. So my question would be, why are we doing an explosive, powerful movement for 15, 20 reps? It's now aerobic. You can't train your type 1 fibers to fire fast. So we always want to keep that 6 to 10. He's done for the day, you're good. And so now we're going to choose one of these patterns. So we're just going to go around, and I want you to choose a multi-jointed pattern that I point to. All right, so start with, we'll go with Addie. Multi-jointed vertical or horizontal push.
Military press?
Military press is what plane of motion?
Frontal.
So how can we make it sagittal?
Oh, then chest press?
You're getting there. So think of not more here, but more, there you go, good. So landmine, nice job. So this would definitely work, but that's just frontal for the purpose of the day of sagittal. And the B would be any fun stuff that you want to do. So for a guy, what muscle you want to train today, D?
Let's do biceps.
Biceps. Now give me a sagittal bicep exercise. Biceps curl, good. 3 rounds, and we're going to get into how we can add value as the trainer. Okay, so now we have transitional done. Now we have a push one vertical done as well. So go with B now. Give me a pattern that you want to do that's sagittal based.
In the pool?
Yep.
Bend over row.
Okay, bend over row. So we have a shoulder specific exercise. We have a back specific exercise. Bend over row. Now if we really wanted to make this sagittal, we want to go supinated.
Right.
If you want to do it pronated, it's fine. Supinated would be the row we're going to do now. We have our horizontal pull. Back specific, this should be either chest or shoulder. So give me a chest or shoulder sagittal exercise. That's going to be over here.
Let's do like a neutral grip press.
Okay, so we can do a close grip bench. Close grip is going to be more flexion. Flexion extension is going to be sagittal. Now give me another muscle you want to isolate at the end.
Core.
Core, what do you want to do?
Let's do
Plank. So we got jump, we have shoulder, we have back, we have chest, we're missing our legs, we got explosive legs, so let's put here a leg pattern. Choose a leg pattern. Hinge, what would you like to do? Good mornings are fine to do. Are they regressed and easy or more advanced? More advanced.
dumbbell RDS.
Okay. Dumbbell.
So if they were, because they're more intense, you'd want to put them sooner or something? Or like
Yes, but also for the beginning group, I don't know movement as much, so I'd want to start with an RDL hinge pattern to make sure they can do it. So I don't get right into a 1 rep max bench press before I see how they do the bench. So then it's a precursor. So I would see how well we do with this, and then you can progress in that in the workouts to come. So now we have a hinge, leg specific. We have chest, we have back, we have shoulders, we have legs again. So we have all the main muscles. There's 7 main muscles: chest, back, delts, bis, tris, legs. We got the bis and tris with the accessory ones here. You can do a core one and repeat, perfectly okay. What would be another guy specific exercise you'd want to do for the upper body? Triceps? So let's do close grip, push up.
Is that kind of the same as the close grip bench?
Yep. So we're just doing body weight now. Here with the bench, scapula's locked down. You're going to be stronger, maybe long term, not optimal for shoulder health. So when we do a push-up, we come out, and we can even make it into like a protracted push-up. Horses, watch out. So that's where we're going with that one. B, now this is just a game or any type of fun exercise. I also call this whatever your clients want to do. We already got the biceps and then we got the abs. I may even leave it open and put my client's name in here. So my client comes in and I go over the program with them, all right? And then they'll look at us and be like, oh, Dee's favorite chest exercise or Dee's favorite exercise. What do we want to do today? Want to do more cardio? You want to do what? I don't care. Okay, we'll do some farmers.
And you would do that 3 times, like everything else. Like it's not like the end.
Yep. So now we have our program. We are making it guy specific. I would not do jumps with someone who's overweight to obese. This would be someone who has a basketball background. We do a landmine, which is shoulder, this is all sagittal-based work. So I would just make small little adjustments on whatever you'd want to do for the individual. We're hitting all the main muscles. So how I would do this, and the great thing about this system is Dee's training the client over there, Addie, you're here, and Sibel, you're over here. And I'm supposed to be doing jumps and landmine, but this area is taken. I don't have to do this. I can go do this one or that one. So I look in my environment and I go, oh, it's taken. I'm not just gonna stand here waiting for D to finish. I can go start over here, bend over row. Let's come over here. Maybe we need to do a split stance. I see a lot of people go to a bend over row right away, and I almost argue for a lot of our clients, it's a lot of lumbar stress. I prefer a split stance, knee here, because then it's gonna take that pressure off. It's fine to do for us. Just be aware that it might put a little unwanted stress on the low back. So a station one like this is just gonna be friendlier. It's really your call on that one. So you could do this one, but here's how we're gonna do it. 10 reps, landmine, 10 reps, biceps. Just a simple bicep curl. Do the typical alternating like that. You rest for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Learn something new about your partner. Ask questions. Where are you from? What'd you work out yesterday? Are you sore? What do you like to do? 1 or 2 questions and you get back into it. Jumps, same thing, 6 to 10 reps. Landmine, add weight. That's the progressive overload. Maybe the first time we did 12, now we do 10. Biceps, go bilateral. So now we're doing a little variation. Rest, ask some questions, repeat. Jumps, landmine, see where you can get involved. Do you think it would be smart to spot a jump? Probably not. So we're not going to spot here. Landmine, you're working with your client. Encourage to drive with the elbow. I don't want to see people, we go contralateral. I don't want to see people driving with their traps, which you see a lot of. So you're behind them, pushing their traps down. Maybe the last rep, they hold in this position. Have them close their eyes and you pull the bar a little bit. That's the trainer engagement. It's really going to separate you from the average trainer. Most trainers will just sit there and stare and count and be boring as shit, or even worse, they sit down. So we don't want to get engaged as a trainer when a 1 rep max is at stake. Whenever you see the form being compromised, that's when you call it. Cue the proper form, and now for the biceps, get involved as a trainer. So maybe you have your client do a wall sit and do some bicep curls. Maybe they hold here and do some curls. Maybe you do 5 reps and then you guys hold together for 5 seconds and you push down. So there's so many things that we can do to make this different and just add a little bit of value, so then your client's thinking, that's why I want to show up again. Because it's fun, it's engaging. This is where you can get creative. And then, so same thing there, same thing there. Any questions on today's workout? No? All right, so we're going to pair everyone up with, so we'll go here. Come over here, the end, yep. We'll go here. We're just going to pair it up like that, yeah. And then we're going to go 3. So Sibel and you guys, girls. All right? Work? And then we're going to do a little warm up together and then we'll get into it. Content complete for the day.